And so to you, September, October, November is autumn?
Doesn't that sound like autumn?
I see what you're saying, September, back to school, all of that.
Yeah.
But I always feel like the first 2 to 3 weeks of September are still like shorts, warm weather.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't see it as cut and dry as you do, Matthew.
Yeah, but I also feel like all the months should be pushed back a little bit. Like we should.
What do you mean the months?
Well, I feel like we should go on hold, where we don't have a
This is hold day 1, and we'll have like 3 weeks of hold days.
hold days. Yeah, where like
Hold day 20, almost done with hold days.
Yeah, well, we can still have days of the week,
Yes.
but there will be no month attributed to those days.
Okay.
This will be the blank month, the cold month.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hold month.
the hold month. Yes. Just to get our lives back on track here, because I think Halloween on October 31st, it needs to be warmer because October 31st is just so chilly. Kids out there in their snowsuits.
But this only applies
Move
to
it up.
our climate.
What other climate is there than the
And
one I'm in?
let's say you live in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
It's warmer later
Yeah.
there. They will get some snow in the winter.
Well, this leads me to my other point where I've always thought it was crazy that everybody in the world shares the same day, like month and day of the week. Even.
Yes.
Like, so today, Wednesday.
Yes.
China, it's Wednesday?
Yes.
Crazy. Crazy. Now, the same week, this could be week 20. This is like what, week 32? Week 33?
You count the weeks of the year?
Yeah, everybody does. It's a week. This is week 33.
You know that offhand?
Well, it depends on when we put this episode out. I'm assuming when we put this episode out, it will be week 33.
I can't believe you know that.
But you know the days, you know the months, you know the
Yeah, but I'm
years.
not
You're
adding it
counting
together.
Weeks. There's only
I'm
52
doing
weeks.
days and months, and that's all I need.
Just gotta keep track.
Day, month, year.
All right. Well, add week. Because that makes everything a lot more,
Finite.
Yeah.
Specific.
But I'm thinking everybody should be on a different schedule, just like there's daylight savings. Not daylight savings,
Okay.
but there's different time zones.
Yes.
So there should be different
Month zones? So you're saying right now in, say, Australia, it is mid to end of winter. You're saying it should be February there?
So is that accurate, what you've just said about Australia?
Yes.
So it is the end of winter to them?
Yes.
So yes,
It's still warm because it's Australia, but
if this is
their
winter,
seasons are opposite to ours.
But that seems crazy. So to them, Christmas is a summer holiday?
That's right. You understand Christmas is date oriented.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about
But
it's not about Santa Claus and reindeer necessarily. It is because of where we live.
Yeah, but so when people think of Christmas,
Yes.
do they in Australia think Christmas is like just one of those hot times of the year where everyone gets to give out presents?
Yeah.
Or do they know that they're doing something wrong and they're the minority?
Well, it's Australia. They're doing everything wrong, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, where are all the Christmas movies where it
That take
isn't
place in
winter?
Australia?
I mean, Ernest Saves Christmas,
Yeah.
there was no snow. I don't know where that took place.
California.
Very weird. California?
I believe so.
There's never any snow in California.
Precisely.
So
That's
fine.
why at the end of the movie, I believe it snows and it's like a miracle.
Okay. Well, I just think that the month should match the temperature.
But it does too. If you're Australian, December is a hot time, and you know that
But it shouldn't. No. December.
because it has been your whole life.
Show me a calendar that shows like a bunch of people on the beach in December.
I'm sure we can find an Australian calendar that will represent these things.
I feel like it's such a minority.
Well, sure.
All right. Well, fine. Australia can. I just think every territory, every little bit of land, man, every time zone.
How
Should have their
inconvenient
own.
would that be for international trade?
Just
We'll be
stop
like,
doing all the
oh, that should
international
arrive. It should arrive there by November,
Yeah.
and they're like, well, our November or your November?
We're already doing it with converting Canadian dollars to U.S. dollars.
That's different.
We're doing it with the metric system. We're doing it with we're converting kilometers. We're to miles. We're doing
Only
nonsense.
the U.S. uses
This is-
miles.
Well, there's just a whole bunch of conversion already happening.
I don't
So
like
I'm
the
saying-
Fahrenheit system.
No,
No, man, Celsius is great.
I-
Think about it. Celsius at 0, water freezes. At 100, it boils. There's logic to it.
What happens at negative -100?
It's still frozen.
guess so. But what's the? Yeah, I don't know. I can't even begin to think of what that would be like. I don't know. I say either everybody gets on board with the same thing, or everybody gets to do whatever they want.
Well, we all are on board with the same months of the year.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I'm not going to change. If I can't change your mind, I'm not going to change the world's mind.
You got me there. That's the best point you've made for this whole podcast.
We'll revisit this idea at a later date when I have some.
You think
some
it through a little
arguments.
better, and then we'll visit this again.
I'll come at you with a map of the world and every country, every you know what? Let's go break it down to towns. Every city, every town,
Different municipality is going to have its own calendar.
Yeah, it's all going to be it's going to be beautiful.
Now, Matthew, while you're figuring that out, I'm going to have to figure out where we go to eat next time. For the next podcast, we're going to have to go have something to eat. It's still hot outside. It's still summer, despite what it feels like in Australia, where I'm sure it's still warm. Should we go get something refreshing, like a nice salad or a smoothie? Just get a sweet treat like iced cream on a sundae?
What are we talking about? Dessert or a lunch?
Oh, yeah, I guess you could have a ice cream soup for lunch.
Ice cream soup.
Just melted ice
Did
cream.
you say ice cream soup?
Yeah.
Ooh, let's get a burger.
I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Oh, oh.
What did John Lovitz do as the critic again when he ate food?
I don't remember.
Something like that.